everybody. My name is Olivia, and I'm 18 years old. Tell me, have you ever dreamed about one day meeting your twin brother you had not known about? Or a twin sister? Do you think things like that don't happen in real life? Don't jump to conclusions so quickly. My story, although it seems incredible, proves that miracles do happen. Subscribe to the channel because I know what will really surprise you. I live with my adoptive parents. They took me in 10 years ago. Before that, I'd lived my whole life in an orphanage, and so I don't remember my real mom and dad at all. They must have abandoned me when I was very young. It happens, and I hold no grudge against them. My new parents became my real family. This story began the day I suddenly got a stomachache. The pain was so bad that my mother called an ambulance. They took me to the hospital, examined me, told me that I needed a surgery immediately. It wasn't anything too bad, just an appendicitis. The operation was not complicated, but it couldn't wait. I went under anesthesia, and everything grew dark. I came to in a ward after the operation had been completed. I felt a little sick and moaned. Suddenly, I felt someone take my hand. It felt really great that someone was there for me. I decided to see who it was and turned my head to look. A girl was lying on the bed next to mine. But what was it? I couldn't believe it. We had the same eyes, the same hair, the same smile. That girl was a copy of me. She was looking at me, surprised and smiling. She probably couldn't believe it either. I wanted to ask her why she looked so much like me, but I couldn't. But I didn't need an answer. I knew who she was. My twin sister, Isabel. I hadn't seen her in 10 years. We had lived at the same orphanage together. We'd always looked exactly alike. She had been my closest friend, and we'd shared all our joys and sorrows. We had always been there for each other, but after I'd been adopted, my sister had been left alone in the orphanage. We had been separated. I hadn't seen her since, but I'd often thought of her, and I'd always known we would meet again someday. But our reunion was short-lived. That very day, I was moved to another ward. I asked them to let me stay with Isabel, but they told me that we had different diagnoses, so I had to be transferred to another ward. Isabella had got in a car accident and had to spend more time in the ward for seriously ill patients. A few days after that, I was released from the hospital and went home. I hadn't got to see Isabel again, but I couldn't stop thinking about our meeting. I found it strange that we had been separated as children, so I immediately asked my adopted mother about it. She looked very surprised and said,
"What are you talking about, Olivia? There had been no Isabel at the orphanage."
Maybe Mom had forgotten. I reminded her that my sister Isabel had been there for me. We looked very similar, but they had chosen me. Why hadn't my parents taken both of us in?
Sweetie, are you feeling all right? You never had a sister. You had been alone there.
I couldn't believe it. Why was my mother lying to me? I remembered everything perfectly. I realized that my adoptive parents were hiding the truth from me. But why? That's when I decided to find Isabel. As soon as I was able to walk after the operation again, I immediately went back to the hospital. I said I'd come to visit my sister at the reception. I didn't know what her last name was now, but I told them that her first name was Isabel and that she had been admitted after a car accident. Strangely enough, they told me they had not treated any girl fitting that description. How could it be? I told them she looked just like me. That's when they realized who I was talking about. However, they said her name was Hannah, and she'd already been discharged. Hannah? How so? Had my sister changed her first as well as her last name? But why? I asked them for her address, but they said they were only allowed to give me her phone number. In the evening, I called the number they had given me at the hospital. When she answered, I felt that our voices sounded a lot alike. It was her, my sister. I explained to her who I was and cried from joy.
I finally found you!
Hannah said that she was very glad to hear from me, but unfortunately, she didn't remember me. Hannah said that she had amnesia after the accident, and everything that happened before the hospital had disappeared from her memory.
Then, I have a lot to tell you about. Let's meet up.
We met the next day, and I immediately hugged my sister. Hannah was, of course, quite taken aback. After all, she didn't remember me, and so I was a complete stranger to her at that moment. But I started telling her about our childhood at the orphanage and how close we used to be.
Can't you see how similar we look? That's because we're sisters.
Since then, my sister and I saw each other a lot. Of course, we were family, but 10 years had passed, and each of us had different parents named. Now she couldn't just move in with me, or I with her. I hadn't told my adoptive parents anything yet. I still didn't understand why they were lying to me by not admitting that I had a sister. But Hannah told her parents about me, and they wanted to meet me. So one night, I went to their house for dinner. When Hannah's mom and dad saw me, they were very surprised. Of course, I've heard that everyone in the world has a double somewhere, but to see it with my own eyes.
Unbelievable. I was not surprising since we were twin sisters.
But Hannah's parents laughed all of a sudden and said,
"You was wrong."
Hannah didn't have a sister and never had. Moreover, they claimed that they were my sister's biological parents and had never adopted her. It was simply impossible. That's when I realized that Hannah's parents were hiding something as well. They were lying to the both of us. But what was going on? Why were they keeping the truth from us? And then I realized how to get to the bottom of it all. The following day, we met up with my twin, went to a clinic, and did a DNA test to prove we were related. Hannah agreed that it was a good decision, and I was very happy that she was so supportive. We took the test and were told the results would be ready in a few days. We spent the whole time impatiently waiting for the confirmation that we were sisters, and then someone would have some explaining to do. Our parents, who didn't want to tell us the truth, I went to see Hannah every day, and we talked a lot. I felt supported and cared for by my sister once again, and tried to always be there for her as well. One day, I was telling her about our childhood. She did not remember once again. Hannah was so engrossed in my story about our escapades at the orphanage that it gave me a good idea.
Let's visit the place where we grew up. Maybe it will bring back your memory.
Hannah agreed, and we headed to the orphanage. It hadn't changed at all in 10 years. I hadn't been there. It looked the same as it had the day I left, only the children were different. We met the head of the orphanage, Mr. Williams. He didn't even recognize me at the beginning, but when I told him who I was, he smiled and said,
"Olivia, it can't be. Look how you've grown."
I showed him Hannah and asked if he'd remember my sister. I told him she used to be called Isabel, and we had grown up together in that orphanage. But suddenly, the smile disappeared from his face. He looked at me anxiously and said we should talk in his office. Only me and him. I felt a little scared. What did Mr. Williams want to tell me about? But I went with him after all. In the office, he sat me down in front of his desk and told me I was wrong. I never had a real sister. What do you mean, never had a sister? I remember her very well. You even took pictures of us together, I told him.
Yes, here are those photos. See for yourself.
Mr. Williamson handed me the photos. I saw myself as a child, but there was no one next to me.
How could it be? But I remembered her so clearly.
Your parents were very troubled people. When you had been born, they hadn't taken care of you at all. You had been often left all alone. Nobody had paid you any attention. That's why you made up your twin sister, Isabel, to have someone to talk, have a sister that would take care of you, your imaginary twin, and you had been brought to the orphanage. And when you had been adopted and your parents had begun to take care of you, your sister had gradually disappeared from your mind.
I listened to Mr. Williams and started to remember. Pieces of my childhood memories fit into a puzzle. The head of the orphanage was right. How could I have got it so wrong? But who was Hannah then? Just a girl that looked similar to me. Had I really met my double? How was I going to tell her everything now? I walked out of the office and immediately bumped into Hannah. She looked at me with frightened eyes and held out her phone. The DNA test scanning came in. She said,
We aren't related. I already knew that.
There were tears in Hannah's eyes. She turned and ran away. I didn't stop her. I left the orphanage and started walking down the street. I was so lost in my own thoughts. I didn't see anything around me. I couldn't believe what had happened. But even more than that, I felt hurt. I just found my only family member and lost her immediately afterwards. I was so lost in my thoughts. I did not notice a red light and went out into the roadway. A car was coming straight at me. I heard the screech of the brakes, and then a thud. Then it was dark. I came to a hospital. I was lying on the same bed Hannah used to lie on. My adoptive mom and dad were sitting next to me. They looked very scared. My mother told me that I had been hit by a car, but the danger had passed, and I would soon recover. I felt very sorry for having worried them and ashamed that I had doubted them when I asked them to forgive me and thanked them for caring for me.
Now I know that I don't have a sister.
What do you mean you don't? What about Hannah?
The door of the room opened and she came in. She sat down next to me and said,
I'm sorry. I ran away. I needed some time to think. Although we're not related, we are sisters in spirit and will always be together. I won't leave you.
I started crying with joy, and my parents left to give us some time alone. That's how I found my twin sister. We are always together these days, and I'm glad that everything happened like that. What do you think? Can a complete stranger become closer than a relative? Write in the comments down below.
Hi, my name is Lola, and I'm from Atlanta. Please like and subscribe. When I was a kid, my parents and I had adventures all the time. We played hide and seek. We fought monsters in our backyard. My life was fantastic. But when I turned 3, Mom gave birth to an evil witch named Genevieve.
Genevieve, we love you more than anything in the world.
Here you go, honey.
Hey, I was playing with that. Jen started walking at 9 months old. At 2, she could write her own name. And at 3, she could do the alphabet without making any mistakes. When Jen was 7, she won her first national spelling bee. She got a huge cash prize, and the reporter came over to interview her for the cover story of a magazine.
I'd like to thank my parents. I couldn't have done this without them.
We're so lucky to have a genius daughter. She's our pride and joy.
My parents kept gushing about Jen for hours as I sat in the corner. When and the reporter finally said it was time for pictures, I joined my family for a photo, but Jen insisted that I stay out of it. My parents tried reasoning with her, but she was beyond reason.
It's my moment, and she'll ruin my image with her stupidity vibe. Like my brain sees pictures with this special lens and I'll be able to feel her dumbness every time I look at the pictures. I can't explain how my brain works. Just make her go.
So Mom gave me some money for ice cream and told me to wait outside while the photo shoot happened. A couple of months later, I came home from school and found Jen sitting on my bed and all my stuff was gone.
Mom and Dad said I could switch. This room's bigger and has more space for my trophies.
But this is my room. Mom, Dad, may Jen give me my room back?
Lola, stop being ridiculous. You don't need a room this size. You don't have any trophies.
Jeannie, do you need anything? Should I put up some more shelves? A new bookcase?
I was so mad I threw myself on the ground and started screaming. This sucks, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. I'll show you I'll get a new family that will appreciate me. I stormed out of the house. I got to the driveway and realized I had nowhere to go, so I decided to hide out in my treehouse. But then something crazy happened. My stomach started rumbling and I searched through my pockets to find a candy bar. Then out of nowhere, this girl appeared and snatched it out of my hand. Hey, that's mine. This is my treehouse. Get out.
I don't see your name on it.
It's written right there.
Oh,
Then the strange girl wrote the word Madison on the wall.
I guess we're roommates now. We'll just have to share.
Madison and I spent the rest of the day together. Then my mean old parents told me to come inside for dinner. They didn't even miss me or remember that I'd been upset. After that, when I wasn't at school or watching Janet spelling bees, I'd run out to the treehouse and spend time with Madison. One time we were pretending to have a sword fight in the backyard. It's over for you, Madison. Give up now.
You'll never take me alive.
Suddenly, Jen appeared out of nowhere.
Lola, who are you talking to?
Madison. Duh.
Who's that?
I turned around to introduce Madison, but she seemed to have vanished into thin air. She was just here. Must have scared her off with your mean vibes. I thought Jen would say something, but she just gave me a weird look.
I think you're old enough to not have an imaginary friend.
And went back inside and Madison instantly reappeared. Where did you go?
I didn't want to meet your stupid sister in there. I got you. You're dead.
When I was 12, I started junior high school, then Madison started sneaking into my school. She'd make funny faces and tell the best jokes. Madison, you're hilarious. Stop. Please. I'm going to pee my pants.
Who's Madison?
Is she talking to the wall?
Madison told me cool stories and she was such a gossip. She knew everything about everyone and she always had my back whenever a bully tried to mess with me. Having her around made me stronger and braver.
Hey, ugly, get out of my way.
Who are you calling ugly? You look like a rat and your breath smells like poo. Once I was cast in a school play and I had to do this huge monologue. My parents didn't even bother to come because Jen had a spelling competition the same day. I was so nervous I could barely speak, but then Madison showed up to cheer me on. I shook off my nerves and gave the best performance ever. I told my parents all about it, but they didn't care. Then one day things took a turn for my 15th birthday. Me and my family went on vacation. But when we got back home, I realized that Madison was gone. I searched for her everywhere. The treehouse at school and all over the house. She didn't show up. Madison, where are you?
What the heck are you screaming about? I can't even hear myself think.
I can't find Madison.
What are you for? Why do you keep acting like Madison is real?
She's real to me.
Look, I'm really busy, but do you want to talk? I know you're lonely and have trouble making friends, but this isn't healthy.
I'm totally fine. Just leave me alone and go back to your books. If it wasn't bad enough that Madison had just left me, Jen soon got moved up to my class because she was so smart, and all the other kids instantly loved her.
Is it true you can spell every word in the dictionary?
Yeah, almost. I am an international spelling champion.
Please. What was so impressive about spelling anyway? When was being able to spell the word crustaceology useful? Then one morning, the most popular girl in our class, Emily, handed out invitations to her birthday party. Hey, you forgot to give me my invitation.
Sorry, no freaks allowed.
Then she whispered to Jen and just loud enough for me to hear.
I can't believe you're related to her. I hope you can come. It's going to be the best party ever.
I don't think I have any contest that weekend, so I should be able to make it.
I watched as all the other kids waved their invites around. After school, I walked home and stopped at the candy store to cheer myself up. Just then, I caught this boy staring at me. What's your problem? Why are you staring at me? He reached behind me and pulled off a huge piece of paper that was taped to my back with the word loser written in bold black letters. I was so embarrassed. Then all of a sudden, I started to cry like a big baby.
What's wrong?
My life stinks. My best friend abandoned me, my family doesn't like me, and all the kids at school think I'm a freak and a loser.
You're not a loser.
You don't even know me.
I just have a feeling you're pretty cool and someone I'd like to know better.
His name was Hunter and he was really cute and we had a ton of things in common. We loved the same books and movies, and he made me laugh a lot. We quickly became friends, and having him around made me feel a lot less lonely. The more time I spent with Hunter, the more I started to like him. Then, one day my parents called me into the kitchen for a family meeting.
Guess what, Lola? I got into St. Florence's Academy. Isn't that incredible?
Jen, we're so proud of you. We can't wait to start our new life in Chicago.
Chicago? What? No way! I'm not moving there. I'm not leaving Hunter.
Lola, don't be selfish. You'll find plenty of new friends in Chicago.
I don't need to make new friends. I already have a friend here. I'm not moving. I stormed off to my room. 10 minutes later, Jen showed up at my door.
Can we talk?
Why have you found more ways to ruin my life?
That's not fair.
You want to talk about fair? Ever since you were born, you've taken everything away from me. My parents, my toys, my room, and now my only real friend.
I know I wasn't very nice to you when we were kids, but I've tried reaching out to you after that to talk or help you out with your issues, but you just shut me out.
Issues? My only issue is you.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Yeah, right. Emily's throwing me a going away party tomorrow night. Come if you want, or just sit in your room being bitter. It's up to you.
Jen put the invitation on my bed and left. I was pissed at her, but I'd never been invited to a party before. My heart ached at the thought of leaving Hunter behind and never seeing him again. Hunter was more than my best friend. I felt I was in love with him. I invited Hunter to the party, and he agreed to go. The party was at Emily's mansion, and it was so much fun. The food was great, the music was spectacular, and the best thing of all was that Hunter was there with me. Then a slow song played. I like you.
I like you too.
You want to kiss me?
I really do.
We had the most magical kiss, but then something strange happened. I opened my eyes to find everyone staring and laughing and pointing at me, and Hunter was gone. Hunter?
Lola, what's wrong?
Where's Hunter? He was right there. I started to panic. Where could he have gone?
Hey, look at the freak making out with her invisible boyfriend.
Emily pointed at a huge screen on the wall. A video of me dancing alone and kissing the air played on a loop. I wished I could curl up into a tiny little ball and roll away. I ran out of there in tears and went straight to my treehouse. Minutes later, I heard a knock and Jen walked in.
Lola, please talk to me. Tell me what's going on with you.
I thought Hunter was a real boy I was in love with. How stupid is that? I'm a freak and a loser like everyone says.
No, you're not. You just found a way to cope with your loneliness. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Now you know the truth. Truth! And you can move forward.
Move forward to what? No one cares about me.
I do. From now on, I'll be here for you whenever you need me. I swear.
The next day, as the last of the moving trucks were being loaded, I made one last visit to the treehouse, and suddenly both Madison and Hunter appeared. How come you're both here now? Will you stay for long this time?
We just came to say goodbye. We don't think you need us anymore.
You have a chance to start over. Let other people get to know you. They don't know what they're missing. You're a super cool friend.
Thanks, you guys. You were there when I needed you the most.
Goodbye, Lola, and good luck.
It was sad to watch them leave for good, but it felt like it was time. We moved to Chicago and Jen was true to her word. Don't compare yourself to others. Self-love, forgiveness, and understanding are the keys to improving family relationships and healing our pain.
Hi, I'm Irina from Russia. Please like and subscribe. My mom gave birth to 2 identical twins, me and my sister Rita. Unfortunately, we were only a month old when my parents divorced. Mom took Rita to the city while I stayed in the village with Dad. Dad was my only friend because growing up I was super shy and preferred to read and write stories in my journal than play with other kids.
Are you sure you want to spend another Friday night alone, sweetie?
Don't worry, Dad, I'm fine. Aren't you happy I'm not going to any wild parties or dating any boys? Then one day when I was 16, I got a strange visitor.
Hi, Irina. Oh, you're all grown up now, and so beautiful.
Thanks. Do I know you?
Wow. I guess your dad never mentioned me much or kept any pictures. I'm your mom.
Huh? You're joking, right? But she wasn't. Instead, Dad came over and the two of them sat down with me in the living room.
All right. I let you come over because you said you had an emergency. So what's going on?
It's Irina's sister, Rita. She's a model and makes a lot of money, but she started struggling with mental illness and suddenly quit. Now, if she doesn't complete her contract, we'll be sued for a crazy amount of money. Irina has to fill in for her. No one will know. I may have to trim her bangs a bit, though.
Wait, what? This is the emergency?
What a stupid and twisted thing to ask your daughter that you haven't seen in 16 years. Get out of my house right now.
They started arguing and I didn't know what to do, so I just slipped out of the room and tried to calm myself down. But Mom just wouldn't give up. And the next day she made me a crazy offer.
Your father mentioned you write stories and that it's your dream to become a famous author. What if I told you I knew an agency that could publish your work and pay you a fortune?
How could I say no to something like that? After that, I convinced Dad to do the modeling contract, and finally he agreed. So I moved to the city where Mom and Rita lived in a mansion. Mom greeted me at the door and hugged me tightly. I still wasn't entirely comfortable with her, but it was nice to feel welcome.
You'll meet Rita later today. She doesn't leave her bedroom. She even has dinner there.
You mean I'll only see her if I come upstairs with you? Doesn't she ever leave the house? Mom didn't answer. She just snapped her fingers and ordered some servants to get me settled in my room. God, this place was so different from what I was used to. And I was curious to meet my mysterious sister, too. That evening, I was reading in my room when I heard a scream outside my room. I went into the hallway to find the maid covered in food. That's when I also saw Mom and Rita.
I told her I wanted pizza for dinner, not these soggy vegetables. Of course, baby. Our mistake. But pizza's not good for you right now. We'll get you the tastiest salad ever. I'll give you a raise, all right? I can't have another servant quit because of her. You always do this. Mom, I don't want a salad. If I don't get a pizza right now, I'll take all of your gold jewelry and give it to the neighbor's dog to chew on and then throw up.
Excuse me, but don't speak to your mom like that. And you certainly didn't need to throw food at your maid.
This is my twin sister, Mom. She has a lot of nerve for a house guest. Also, we may look identical, but her skin is way more blotchy than mine. You should tell the photographer that beforehand.
Geez, this girl was something else. I went off to bed after that, and Mom told me not to take Rita's behavior personally.
I just want her to be happy and healthy.
The next day, I arrived on set, when suddenly I noticed everyone glaring at me and whispering angrily. What was going on? Hey, why is everyone here giving me dirty looks? Did I do something wrong?
Ugh, you're here? I thought you quit after you humiliated me in front of thousands of people. Also, you bullied every single person on set since you started working here, Rita. They were hoping they'd never see you again after you left.
What? I bullied everybody here? And what did I do to you? I mean, I didn't take my meds this morning, so I forgot what happened. Can you remind me?
Ugh, give me a break!
Rita had apparently done a lot of horrible things because every person around me acted like I was some kind of monster. I called Mom and told her what had happened.
You must have spoken with Vlad, Rita's coworker and ex-boyfriend. She dumped him publicly during an acceptance speech for an awards show and said some mean things. Just focus on your work, honey. He's not your problem.
I knew Mom was right, so the next day, I ignored all the death stares and kept to myself. But later that afternoon, Vlad and I had to do a photo shoot together. The photographer was about to start when suddenly she started freaking out.
I cannot work like this. Vlad, how much weight did you gain? The costume designers worked really hard and you. Ugh, forget it. I'm requesting a different model.
What? Why? We've been rehearsing this for weeks and I haven't gained any weight.
He really does look great. Maybe his suit just has to be tailored a bit. The photographer wouldn't listen, and Vlad stormed off with tears in his eyes. Vlad, don't listen to that photographer. You're in great shape. I don't get why she had to be such a jerk.
Well, she wasn't totally wrong. I have put on a little weight. I'm surprised you didn't make fun of me about it.
Have I made fun of your body in the past?
You made fun of it in front of thousands of people. During your award speech, you said you were dumping me because I didn't have abs anymore.
Wow. Well, I'd like to apologize for that. The truth is, I think you're really brave for doing a job like this. I hate having my picture taken. I mean, even though I'm a model. The point is, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I really didn't expect an apology from you. We're still broken up, but thanks for that.
After our talk, Vlad was nicer to me, which made my job a lot easier. One day, I headed to the den to watch some TV when I saw Rita sitting on the couch. What are you doing here?
What do you mean? This is my house, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought you never came out of your room.
I don't. But my room doesn't have a TV, and I like watching Luna videos on a big screen.
You watch Luna Avatar too? They're my favorite YouTube channel. Their stories are what inspired me to become a writer.
Yeah, I don't care. You can watch with me as long as you keep your mouth shut.
I decided to take the opportunity to spend time with Rita. She obviously had some issues, and I was curious to know more about her. As we were watching videos, Rita's phone suddenly rang, and she looked annoyed.
Why is Vlad calling me?
My heart started racing as Rita answered the phone. Apparently, Vlad had called to ask her out to coffee.
He said he's glad we're getting along better lately, and that I seem happier and healthier. Did you flirt with him or something?
What? No, we're just friendly coworkers.
Listen to me. At your job, you're not Irina. You're Rita. And Rita doesn't want you talking to Vlad at all. I still love him.
You love him, and yet you dumped and publicly body-shamed him? Look, I'm not interested in your ex-boyfriend, but I'm allowed to be his friend. He's not your property, and he deserves to be around someone who doesn't mistreat him. I left before Rita could answer, and the next morning at work, I told Vlad I was sorry if I was rude to him on the phone and that I was happy to hang out.
I really don't have time for your games, Rita.
I'm not playing games, dude. Just whatever you do, don't call or text me on that number again. I got a new number. I convinced Vlad to let me buy him coffee, and as we were walking to a cafe, I saw a lady come up to us with a little girl behind her.
I'm so sorry to bother you, but my daughter is a big fan, and I wanted to say hi. She's just a little shy.
You don't have to feel shy. I'm just a normal girl at the end of the day, like you.
Did your mom buy you this pretty scarf?
Actually, I got it as a present from my agency. Do you want it? I think you'd look even better in it than I do.
No, we can't possibly accept that from you.
Rita, that scarf cost thousands of...
It's okay. Really, I want her to have it. The girl was starry-eyed, and her mom thanked me over and over.
Wow, I can't believe you just did that. You've changed a lot during your vacation, haven't you? Are you in therapy now or something?
I guess you could say that. Vlad insisted on buying me coffee instead of the other way around. And I even got some free pastries since the cashier was also a fan of Rita. I was living like royalty, pretending to be her. And my life as a model just kept getting better. I was getting huge business deals because everyone was amazed at how Rita had apparently made a comeback. But my success drove my sister totally wild.
You're just living your perfect life, aren't you? Oh no, wait! You're living my life!
The only reason I'm even here is because you sabotaged your career with your awful behavior. Rita just threw a pillow at my head and walked off. What a brat. As more time passed, I also started hanging out with Vlad, and we became really close. But I was always hesitant to tell him about my real identity. One night, he walked me home, and when we arrived in front of the house, he took my hand, and I felt my knees go weak.
I had such a lovely day with you. You seem a lot happier and healthier lately. Or maybe I'm just seeing a different side of you.
Suddenly, he leaned in to kiss me, and I found myself pulling away. Vlad, I'm sorry, but I can't kiss you.
What do you mean? I want to give us a second chance. 'Cause you're the new you.
I know. But things with me are more complicated than they look. I have to go, I'm sorry. I quickly snuck inside the house, but when I closed the door, I saw Rita leaning against the wall, and she looked enraged.
I saw you two from my bedroom window. Irina, I told you to stay away from Vlad. I know we haven't grown up together, but you're still my sister, and sisters don't steal each other's boyfriends.
I'm not stealing anything from you. He tried to kiss me, and I refused. But if you still love him, you should reach out and apologize.
Do you think I haven't done that? He won't take me back, Irina. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am trying to work on myself and become a better person. Hurting Vlad was the biggest regret of my life.
I didn't know how to respond to that. And as I lay in bed, I felt torn about what to do. I did have feelings for Vlad, and Rita had been horrible to him, but I still didn't want to hurt her. So the next day at work, I told Vlad I only wanted to be friends.
But why? Is there something you're not telling me?
It's just that. Suddenly, I saw something that made me forget what I wanted to say. The director was putting an envelope next to my purse, and it had my name on it. I left Vlad right away to see what it was. Excuse me, what's in this bag?
The menu for your new diet.
What do you mean I have to drop some weight?
That's ridiculous. We've given you this diet many times, and you are fine. So, can you do your job and follow this diet, or are you going to go crazy and have a mental breakdown again?
I felt like the ground beneath me had collapsed. This was how the agency had treated Rita when she was here. No wonder she'd been struggling. I had to see her right away. I went home and knocked on Rita's door, but there was no answer. Then suddenly, I smelled something weird coming from underneath the floor. So I opened the door and my heart dropped. Rita's entire bedroom was covered with dirty plates, and there was food under her bed that she'd snuck in from the kitchen. At that second, Rita's bathroom door opened.
Oh my God, get out! This is a total invasion of privacy.
Rita, what is all this? The director gave me the diet menu today, and she said she's always given it to you whenever you put on weight. But now I think you have an eating disorder.
My eating disorder led to my breakdown. I thought it was a harmless diet, but they kept telling me that I was still too heavy. So I started starving myself. But I'd get hungry and stuff my face, and the pressure to look perfect got to me. And then I projected my own insecurities onto Vlad. Irina, I was never jealous of you. I just didn't want you to suffer like I did.
Oh my God, I had no idea. I am so sorry.
But it doesn't excuse my behavior. It's turned me into a monster.
I hugged Rita tight and let her cry for a while. And after that, we went straight to the agency to take care of business. But when we arrived, Mom was there, and when she saw Rita, she freaked.
What is she doing here? Irina, I came here to help you sign a contract for a new business deal. We could get into huge trouble if someone sees you two together.
Forget it, Mom. I'm not filling in for Rita anymore. I'm done. You care more about money than you do your daughter's health and well-being. This agency totally mistreated Rita and the other models. And if I stay any longer, I'll go down the same dark path she did.
Oh, Irina, don't be overly dramatic. Rita's breakdown had nothing to do with the agency.
Rita was about to answer when we heard footsteps behind us. And when we turned around, it was Vlad. I hadn't spoken to him since the other day. His eyes got huge as he stared at Rita and me.
Rita, you have a twin?
Actually, I'm not Rita. My name is Irina, and I've been secretly filling in for Rita since last month. She didn't want to continue modeling, but they were going to sue us, and she quit before her contract ended, and...
It was her you've been hanging out with this whole time.
I don't understand. So you both lied to me and the whole world about all this?
It wasn't our choice. Vlad walked away before I could finish, and I was devastated. I wanted to go after him, but I had to take care of other things first. I called Dad right away, and with his help, we filed a lawsuit against both the agency and Mom for mistreatment and fraud. Dad got custody of Rita and got her the therapy she needed, and I was still able to get my stories published. But our little switcheroo was all over the news, and Vlad was still ignoring our calls. Then one day, Vlad texted me to meet him at a cafe, but he said he didn't want to talk to Rita. That was weird. So talk to me. How come you asked me to come here but not Rita?
Because you're the one I want to be with. Irina, you're a better person than Rita is. I was hurt that you lied, but I know you had your reasons.
I'm not a better person than Rita. I just had it way easier than her. She still loves you and wants a second chance.
But she hurt me too deeply, and I don't think I can ever love her the same. You're the one I want to be with.
My heart raced as Vlad took my hands and I stared into his deep, dark eyes. Vlad, maybe someday we can be together, but right now I have to focus on myself. I've been living my sister's life for too long, and I've lost touch with who I am. Still, I've loved every moment I spent with you.
Me too. Good luck, Irina.
And with that, I left the cafe with a smile, ready to start a new chapter of my life.